Hey, Sand Car Buy Sell crew, Conrad coming at you with another classified ad review. But before we do, I want to make mention that we have 110 YouTube subscribers currently. So thank you to those that have already signed up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Also, leave a comment on this video or any of the other videos that we posted. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms, and it gets it in front of other tuners and off-roaders who might be interested in our content as well. And it helps us build the channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. So let's jump into the classified ad review. Right? I need to get one of those just to shake because this squirrel. So what do we got here? We happen to have an ad brought to you by Sand Car Buy Sell crew member Donald Murphy. He is looking for $25,000, and you can pick up this car in my hometown. Gosh, I miss it. In the boardwalk and riding down to Wahoo's Fish Tacos on Main Street in Huntington. Squirrel. Moving on. Based out of Costa Mesa, California. So what do we have here? Don states we have an old school 5-seat Sand Cars Unlimited sand rail. I disagree, Don. You've got a mid-school, right? Might be considered old school to some folks, but this is actually a mid-school car based on the suspension that it has. You've got mid-school, mid-travel on this. This is a fantastic setup. Total engine rebuild at Powerhouse in Torrance, California. High performance AUTOCRAFT 2850. That should be a flag for you. It's got what in it? An AUTOCRAFT engine. 2850 cc's, 88 millimeter stroke, 110 millimeter bore. With a Turbonetics turbo, Redline EFI fuel management system. It runs on 110 octane race fuel, 375 to 400 horsepower at the wheels. What does this mean to us? Lightweight, extremely fast. One of my favorite combinations for sand cars. That's the way we all started, right? Was lightweight, big horsepower. This car will put you in your seat. We've got Sand Tires Unlimited Pro Series SR115 paddle tires, which, by the way, those are discontinued. I don't remember what they replaced them with. I think it's a SR31 or something along those lines. The SR1 paddle tire is a 1300 series carcass with a 2000 paddle on it. So you get the smaller tire for the standard size buggies, but then you get the big scoop on it for the big horsepower cars. So it's a great combination. So that engine can turn those tires. Razorbacks in the front, rebuilt Fox shocks, Neo pedal assembly, straight edge graphics. Love it. I don't know if straight edge is still in business. If you know, let us know in the comments there. I know he was popular back in the day, did motorsports, not just sand cars, but motorsports. The interior on this as well. I can't remember who did these interiors. I think it might have been Brink. Or is he paint? I don't know. If you know who does these interiors, they always did a color matched cooler cover on it as well. This is a fantastic time capsule. What are we at? Very clean, asking $25,000, make offer. Need to move is I need room for a new car. So let's go ahead and go through this just real quick. And what do we have? Extra wide beam. Don started to weld the beams right to the chassis. It's got a really neat push bar on the front. Laser star lights. Not sure if these are extended length. They kind of look like extended length trailing arms up front with the Fox shocks in the front with the welded on shock towers. This is a formidable combination for the front of the car. Widens the stance, really plants the cars, and this front suspension setup works really well. Imagine Corvette or Porsche in the dunes, right? It's really going to handle long travel A-arm cars with a bunch of suspension on them. When you've driven or ridden those, you probably know. You crank the wheel and they tend to lean on you, right? You crank and they tend to lean on you. And what do they do to fix that is they start putting the anti-roll bars in the back, sway bars. Gosh, I can't remember what they're called, but they put that bar in the back, right, to keep it from doing that roll. You're not going to run into that issue on a beam car with this setup. These things just handle. So between the horsepower and the suspension setup that's on this, you'd love it. So here again, here's a picture of that interior. And let's see. Oh, and it was 5 seats, right? We got the center belts in there. Let's get to the business end of things. AUTOCRAFT. This is all AUTOCRAFT, right? That fan house. You know what? Actually, let's do this. So before I do that, so we're in AUTOCRAFT, turbocharged, blow-through, redline fuel injection, 2,850 cc's, unbelievable. If you don't know Volkswagens and you don't know AUTOCRAFT, AUTOCRAFT is one of the best VW engine parts and engine builders, right? Our friend Gene Berg, back in the day, his advertisements used to say, buy the best and cry once. Don did that with this car. He bought the best, right? Let me give you an example. Let me drag this over here real quick. Here's AUTOCRAFT's website. Piston and cylinder kits. 1600, 1700, 1800. We are talking the amount of, for the pistons and liners, 1800 bucks. Some people are selling their 2-liter Volkswagens for 1800 bucks. The whole engine with dual 40s on it and the whole 9 yards. So that'll give you an idea of kind of the cost that goes into an AUTOCRAFT engine. These are fine, precise components, top of the line, without a doubt. And AUTOCRAFT, again, they're still in business. Here's a nice shot of those SR1 paddle tires. Looks like we got chrome trailing arms. Skid plate on the back. You got your, oil pump block off. Looks like we got an intercooler. Got a wing on there. Other side, breather. This is a beautiful breather with all the braided line, A&N fittings on there. I mean, this barely has any marks on it, you know. This car is brand new. It's basically brand new. I love the expanded metal floor. It's harkens back to the old days when we were first building them. Sand escapes, right? I don't know about you guys with your solid floors. I love the fact that sand escapes. And then these are a lot of fun because when you jump or do wheel stands, like you watch the ground leave. It's all boom. How? Boom. That's my best representation. I always love that Don did this with the stainless handles, or if these are just chrome steel handles and footrest, and then they would tape them off before it goes to powder. Beautiful touch. Nice center console. The Impy shifter right here. This is one of the best low buck shifters you can put on your car. Get one of these for yourself. You'd be surprised at how smooth the actuation is on them. Left hand for the walker brake, steering brake. We've got overall view of the car, purple haze. So again, you know, just placing it as a time capsule. Here's your red line, which by the way, red line is still in business. Your fuel injection. And Sand Cars, he's got a custom engraved horn button cover on here. Pedal slider, so if you've got somebody who's of shorter stature or taller stature, you can slide that back and forth so you can have your wife or yourself drive it, your buddies drive it. Oh, here's the arms. Those are longer arms, aren't they? Those are like 2-inch or so longer arms, fodral wood, something like that. Beautiful setup. And let's see, moving on. Oh, here's the build sheet on the engine. So he's also supplying you with that. Next time you go to buy a VW power, any car, I should say, ask about a build sheet. Make sure you get a build sheet. I'll just save you the time. 14,500, I think that says, 14 something on this rebuild that was recently done. So it's turnkey, it's ready to go, and he spent a grip of money getting it ready. Everything. So now we're in first gear. Second. Never seen a car dyno. 3. We're going to jump into 4th and he's going to pin it. Sounds good. And in that, there you go. There's your proof of the 375 to 400 at the wheels. Don has put together a fantastic ad for everybody. This car is an absolute time capsule. And not only that, this was at the very first Sand Sports Super Show in 1999 and displayed. So turnkey by Sand Cars Unlimited, who is also still currently in business, is a testament to their quality and designs of their vehicles. By the way, Don and Kathy were in Orange. They just moved their shop, their whole setup to Lake Havasu. So don't go looking for them out in Orange. Don will still build you a rolling chassis or a turnkey car. If you're interested in Sand Cars Unlimited, definitely hit those folks up. But you can't go wrong with this. He mentioned on here $15,000, one trip for a shakedown. Love to see it go to someone that understands air-cooled and just how unique this setup is. Guess what? I understand air-cooled. A handful of other guys on our Facebook group, they know exactly what they're looking at, right? This is a fantastic machine. Here he goes. First sand show. Pretty badass at the time. And let's see here. Thank you again. And hopefully we can find a good home for it. So hopefully your home is going to be the one for this. He's at $25,000. And I think he said make offer. So on this, hit him up. You can't go wrong with this car. It is fresh. It's newer. It looks brand new. It looks like a kick in the ass. This is definitely something I'd like to have in my garage. Plus, it's got some history to it with it being a time capsule and displayed at the Sand Sports Super Show, the very first. So otherwise, that's all I got. If you would, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment about this car. And otherwise, I'll say thank you for watching. See you in the dunes.